Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. And we are back for the next episode in season 2 of Doctor Who, episode 7. We are out of the woods of Mr. Nosehairs, but we lost Mickey. So, not really a fair trade-off, but
Let's see how it goes.
yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I heard they rot your brains, rot them into soup, and your brain comes pouring out of your ears. Then we'll begin.
Evil TV lady? Electric monster?
It's like what the old lady wanted.
Yeah.
You on my way, doll?
Is there any other way to go, Daddy-O?
This could still be New York. I mean, this looks very New York to me.
Coronation, of course.
What coronation is that then?
It's the Queen's. Queen Elizabeth.
That's what I like about you. The domestic approach.
Thank you. Hold on. Was that an insult?
A little bit of hush.
Hi!
Who are you then?
Mr. Conway, what gender is the Queen?
She's a female.
And are you suggesting the Queen does the housework?
Union Jacks?
Yes, that's right, isn't it?
That's the Union flag. It's the Union Jack only when it's flown at sea. Well, don't get it wrong again. There's a good man. Now get to it!
Well, if people are being
I
bundled into...
am talking!
And I'm not listening! Complicated reasons why you should listen to me. One...
Seems only right that as many folk as possible get to watch the coronation. We may be losing the Empire, but we can still be proud.
I'm the wire, and I'm hungry.
Detective Inspector Bishop.
How do you know my name?
Written inside your collar. Bless your mum.
We haven't the faintest clue what's going on.
That could change.
How?
Start from the beginning. Tell me everything you know.
Proper little mummy's boy all round.
Oh, you know what they say about them. How do you want to beat that out of him?
You've been informing on everyone, haven't you? Even Gran. All to protect your precious reputation.
Tommy.
Just let your son leave with a strange man and a cup.
Gobble you up, pretty boy. And when I have feasted, I shall regain. Conduct me to my victory.
Oh! That's why I chose this place! Tommy!
Where do we think we're... Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Shouldn't you be at the coronation?
You shall have.
Electrical creature, TV technology, clever alien life form. That's me, by the way.
I turned the receiver back into a transmitter and I tried the...
This was never your house. It's in my mother's name, and on her behalf, I'm telling you. Out.
My unrivaled knowledge of transtemporal extirpation methods to neutralize the residual electronic pattern.
You what?
I want to tape over it.
A wonderful episode.
What if it wasn't framed around the coronation? What would you think?
Then actually it would seem a bit odd, because what other way could you introduce the new era? And indeed, this new era, which includes, as symbolized by her, a feminism that both men and women are standing up for themselves now, for the dignity that they deserve.
All right.
And also the children.
Everyone.
Yes.
Everyone's standing up for themselves. Yeah, I like the idea behind this one. The wire, the electric monster thing.
Yes.
That was a very different take. Once again, we frame an event around a real event, which, as we've said in previous videos, they do historical stuff pretty well. This was no exception. This was pretty good.
It reminded me of the story Frankenstein, in which consciousness, whatever it is, has something to do with electricity. And indeed, we know now, well, not completely sure what consciousness is, but that it's somehow connected with neural electricity.
Right, yeah. But we saw, the wife kicking the husband out. She was standing up for herself. And
indeed, it was an excellent way of symbolizing that it's now a new era, with references of World War II, of the passing away of the old world and the coming of a new one, which includes making sure to not make the same mistakes as their enemies of becoming that which they were trying to get rid of.
Cleansing those who don't belong in society, that kind of thing.
Indeed, and of course of people coming out of nowhere, coming to take people away.
Yeah. I guess they are lucky that everyone got their faces back.
Oh, yes.
I assumed that was going to happen once Rose got hers taken, but it would have been interesting if they hadn't.
Yes, representing their identities.
And I know some people will probably disagree with me, but I think that this would have been a much more interesting two-parter than Mr. Nose Hairs and the Cybermen. Even though Cybermen are apparently like from the 60s or something, I've had a lot of people schooling me on the Cybermen. And a clear misconception on that episode. People were thinking like, you might like the Cybermen more if blah, blah, blah. I didn't dislike the Cybermen. I disliked Mr. Nose Hairs. We talked in depth in the last episode, about, losing your identity and, all of that. Like, it was an intriguing concept. I just didn't like the villain. I didn't think it was very good.
Indeed, and this episode is something that can be connected with that notion of losing one's identity.
Yeah.
What better way to portray it than to lose one's face?
And in the last episode, the brain was still intact inside the metal body. In this episode, the brain was being fed off of to take the identity. So it's kind of similar, but inverse at the same time. Like the brain was intact in the Cybermen, the robo people. But here the brain was manipulated and fed off of by the wire. Another interesting way to introduce modernish technology into this, from the scooter to the portable television to the VCR tape. That was cool that the son saved the day. But yes, it's very cool that, once again, it's a regular person saving the day. Like Mickey saved the day in the last episode, and now Tommy saves the day in this one. So I don't know if I agree with Rose telling him to go after the dad, but I get with her father issues that she has, and she lost her dad. Don't let time's too precious. Don't let it, stuff like that. People who know my story via the What's Wrong With Me series on the channel, or know me in real life, know my feelings on all of that. So I'm torn. I see why they did it, but I don't quite agree with it. He was just a dickhead bully. And, with those weird undertones to his reasoning why. Like the son said, you went to the war to give us the chance to be this, but you're being like almost what you fought against. So, some people might disagree with me. That's totally fine. Totally fine. But I'm iffy on the go after your dad thing at the end. For some people, that might be the appropriate thing to do. For others, maybe the person who's been a giant nightmare in your life and a giant bully should have to soak in that for a little bit before you show them the compassion that they never showed you. But people say be the bigger person and all of that. It is a rabbit hole, and I'm not going to go down it. So,
how about if we say that situations like that are to be treated on an individual basis?
Yeah, exactly. And on that individual basis, I get it, but I don't know. But being that humans are so aesthetic based, imagine losing your face. Like, I was just having like anxiety, just like, you can't breathe. Your nose and mouth are gone. Like, what a horrible way to be asphyxiated. Just,
Brought up an interesting point. How were they still alive if they couldn't breathe?
I assume that the wire was keeping them alive. Somehow. I don't know how, but...
Maybe some kind of...
Maybe it was breathable skin.
Some sort of genetic mutation that they're alive, but not breathing.
Yeah.
Like plants.
Yeah.
I thought that it was excellent to have it took place in the 50s with the coronation. And indeed, it was, as they said, the beginning of a new era. I really liked that symbolism because after that will be the 60s and the 70s, where there were many social changes, both legal and societal, and not only in one place, but all over the world. She personifies the new era. She is the new era.
I knew when that was on the screen, and when I realized that's what the episode was going to be sprinkled with, I was like, okay, you're gonna love this. I expected like fabulous, amazing, marvelous, brilliant at the end. Just because of that.
It was.
The story was good. Yeah, the story was good. Not as much to chew on for me as the last episode, but that could be full disclosure. It's very hot right now in the apartment. This is our first time filming since the weather suddenly went summer out of nowhere, and we can't run the air conditioner or the fans because the sound picks it up. And then I had to two setbacks back-to-back days, the last 2 days, in addition to this still being an issue. So I know we veered off the topic, but that's why it's hard for me to gauge my thoughts. But we wanted to watch it because we didn't get to watch any last week because of this as well. So soldiering through it to check them out and talk about them. I just don't want to do this one a disservice because it was a neat idea and well executed. And there was nothing about it that really bothered me. I just think the idea of losing one's identity and the projection of the dad. I don't know. I'm repeating myself, but these are the ideas that this episode had that I liked. I thought it was cool.
And the aspect of having the innocent bystander, in this case the son, saving the day, which shows that one doesn't necessarily have to be important or of high social standing to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
All that one needs to do is take initiative. I like that.
Yeah. Like I was saying, it was like, this one was cool because, like I said, it was like Mickey, but Mickey's was being built up over like a season and a half of being the tin dog, of being the sidekick, the invisible one, like put your finger on this button on the TARDIS for half an hour and I'm going to ignore you, then laugh at you because
why not?
Because the Doctor was kind of a douche to him. And Rose got off on it too. That really bothers me. But this was, as you said, just a regular kid. For intents and purposes, a nobody. In the show's eyes, Mickey was important. This was just a random kid in the 50s that just happened to come across the path of the Doctor and Rose. Yeah, so for just a regular person to, save the day and be the hero, I said it's really cool.
Don't be quick to underestimate yourself.
Very true, very true.
I suppose that could be said to be the moral of the episode. Or at least the theme.
Go with that. I can't think of anything better because I'm fighting a migraine, and it hurts to just try and formulate words. But I'm doing my best. Is there anything else you'd like to add about this one? Okay. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. I'm sorry if I seem a little out of sorts. Hopefully, this improves. And, yeah, I can't think of... My brain is so, like, blah right now.
Here in Ohio, the weather can be very unpredictable. It can be extremely cold on one night, and then the next night, very hot.
Yeah, we went from, like, the 50s to, like, high 70s for the last 2 days, and it's been like, whoa. And then the setbacks with my back popping and then my neck popping last night. You know, when your whole my whole head's just throbbing, like when I can't. If you watch the full reaction video, you probably see me adjusting in the chair a lot, and it's because I just can't get comfortable. So like this hurts, it's hot, I'm wearing just a white t-shirt, which I don't feel comfortable in, and it's just a lot of discomfort. But the episode was good. I'm glad we watched it. It was enjoyable, and thank you for watching. And I guess what's the word I'm looking for?
Thank you for your patronage.
And thank you for your patience with my various myriad of issues that, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go turn the air conditioner back on right now because it is warm. We're under 4 lights, and yeah, we need to cool down a bit, and I need to take some pain meds. So, as I was saying, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one, episode 8. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.